Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM. We are back at Jake's Furnishings for another fantastic show.
Another one.
It's the J-Mac and Zach show today. A long-awaited show. Didn't know if I was going to be here for it. Unfortunately, I am. I should still be in Des Moines.
Yeah. Good use of that, Jimmy.
He was ready.
Sometimes he's good.
Yeah. So welcome, guys. Our annual get-together after basketball season is over, which is it's officially over. All of our teams are out. The Railers. We had this discussion on the way home yesterday, me and Coach Al, and just how, I don't want to say a disappointing season overall for everybody. You know, you got the Blackburn Beavers stunk, and the Railers didn't play up to their potential. Yeah. And
Lady Railers had a
fantastic season.
Yeah, right.
But now it's that time of year where, we still got some NCAA basketball going on, but as far as locally, nothing. And then we feel lost.
This year's a kick to the shins.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for the Lady Railers.
Yeah, the Lady Railers kept
for Taylor and Corey and those girls. That was fun. That was a ton of fun.
Ton of fun.
Everything else stunk.
Yeah. Well, being,
Illinois, us.
Yeah.
Don't be saying that about Scotty.
Right.
You had the microphone. We'd like to have you have the microphone.
I mean, if you'd like to sit down and partake, you can't just be a backseat driver.
Come on, Jake. It's your first time on a show?
Jim said turn it on.
Turn it on.
Check.
He always sings old Genesis.
Stimulants.
Check. Now, tell us something.
J-Mac's over here criticizing the season, and Scotty was doing the play-by-play there. He was working hard for us.
He stunk
on the radio. Just terrible.
I'm just butthurt about the whole season. I'm really butthurt. I am. It took me a couple weeks. Bird and I usually have a breakdown talk. We haven't even done that yet. We're both butthurt how it ended.
Yeah.
And we're frustrated and we're mad. Illinois is the same way.
Yeah.
I believe this is the first time butthurt's been used in.
Yeah.
Can you say butthurt on the radio?
Say butthurt on the radio? I checked.
It's the first time it's been used.
You can say anything on this
I think you have to pause.
Let me say
butthurt.
Oh, do you have to put a comma?
Like you're
it's
going
to,
it's a hyphen.
Hyphen? I bet it's comma.
Well, back to the basketball season, J-Mac. Obviously, you had to take a year off last year for some things, and Zach probably a little more level last year. I mean,
a little bit.
Kind of little.
Like Gary filled in the J-Mac shoes.
They won like 20 games in the freshman tournament last year, and then I come back, we won about 2 games. And we didn't do so well in the freshman tournament. Yeah. There's a pattern.
Well, there's got to be. Yeah, there's something to that.
Yeah, there's something to that.
What changed when he came back?
Oh, we just got after it. Got better. Started rough, but they got better.
Yeah, taking in freshmen, and it's kids that haven't played together. We got so many grade schools here, and they're coming in, and that has a lot to do with it. Where they have different philosophies during their junior high stints, and then you bring them together. It's going to take a while for those kids to gel, get to know each other, and that's a big thing.
They have things that they're good at. You get it a lot where they'll look at you and go, I didn't do that in 8th grade. I'm really good at this, though. And we go, yeah, we don't do that at all. We don't care about that even a little bit.
And you're not really that good
at it. And you're not, like everybody you're about to play is way better at that than you are. So we're going to have you do this. And they just look at you like, you are out of your mind. You know what I mean? It's culture shock for me.
Right. And they're freshmen, they're the little kid on campus now, and it takes a little adjusting, but obviously wins and losses aren't a big thing for you guys down at that level. You're preparing them for the next level. And then
you guys really don't even care, do you, if you win the game?
I care a little bit. J-Mac blue, that just rolled right off.
I can see J-Mac kind of going with that. Hey, fellas, did you have fun?
You know what?
Did you learn anything?
That has never been said. Not even once. Like, I can't believe we've never said that. Like, well, at least we had fun. It is hard sometimes. But it's good. Where we started, this freshman group, where we started and where we ended up, different planet.
Yeah.
Different. We beat some good teams last year. We beat Normal U-High. And they ended up coming back and winning the freshman tournament. They beat great teams.
Throw some of those freshman names out at them, and that's putting you on the spot.
No, not at all. We got them all.
Who kind of went like, wow, improved a whole bunch and did things you didn't think was coming?
We had Carson Comnick. That's our leader. That's our guy. 30 points a game.
His mom is a good basketball player.
Yeah, I think his dad's an accountant.
Yeah,
and I think he's a lawyer. Might be a lawyer. Mensa. He's definitely a Mensa. Rhodes Scholar. So Josh, Josh has really been pushing Carson, and Carson did all. I mean, he's awesome for us. Really, he's a good leader. Everybody likes him. Nice kid.
Yeah,
he
good
played
kid.
really hard, and Josh and Lee are up in the stands just screaming at him the whole game. And he handled it so great. Well, he breaks his pinky, and he plays 5 games for us with a pinky broken in half. Yep. And he scores 30 points in every one of these games, leads us in rebound. Finally, they got to put a pin in it, do surgery. So we lose him. And kids, how do you not rely on that guy? It's just, we relied on him. We'd say, all right, well, we know these 18 plays really well. And this is why we do them, and we have them set. Well, he leaves, that throws everybody into chaos, and the guys handled it great. Garrett Lacefield, we put him in a ton of positions he wasn't comfortable with, and he just kept plugging and playing hard, and he did a great job. And Elijah Crawford and Owen Thomas, the things we made Owen Thomas do at 4 foot tall, and he had huge threes for us this year, huge shots for us, and Samson Kirka and obviously Carson Featon. We put the world on Carson Featon and Brody Tungate's shoulders. Like, every play we run is going to be through you two, and if we don't get the first or second option, then it's up to you two to make a play. And
he's a big kid.
Yeah, they're not used to any of that, so they did awesome. As much as we yelled at them and put on their shoulders and pushed.
So you do yell at them some?
Once. Only one time. That's it. That's their quota.
Who's the loudest you think that yells at them?
That's definitely J-Mac.
The loudest?
Yeah.
I mean, that's no question.
I got a gift.
It is a gift.
But we had, Carter Ferguson, huge. Ryan Gowan. Ryan Gowan, without a doubt. And then Lando. But Ryan was the fan favorite. You guys got to be there we got to see you guys a couple in those games. Ryan fan favorite. The school loves him. The crowd loves him. He hit 3 threes back to back against Springfield.
Yes, at Taylorville.
At Taylorville tournament.
It just kept moving back. I think
the last one, the volleyball line.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Played some range.
Bananas. Their coach called timeout and stared me down, screaming at me. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I told you could shoot. Like, it was kind of last 2 minutes of the game. We were down 35. That coach was mad.
You were down 35 and he was mad.
He was mad. RG came in, hit bang, bang, bang right on him.
What's he mad about?
Well, I kind of told him, hey, you need to back off. We're putting our subs in. We put him in, bang, bang, bang. Yeah.
Hey. It's a good philosophy.
I'm going
to tell before the game, go, coach. We're not very good. Just back off.
Right.
And let us shoot.
And
Normal West did that to us.
See how that works.
Their coach came up, and Normal West coach, he's like, listen, we're the worst team you've ever seen in your entire life. I said, I doubt that. There's no way. He says, Josh, we're the worst team you've ever seen in your entire life. And it changes you. Psychologically, I'm like, yes, we're gonna get a win. This is huge for us. It was a dogfight to halftime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you just get that thing. It was great strategy by him.
Well, yeah, he took your guys' aggressiveness away.
Absolutely.
You kind of relaxed. Didn't even give a pregame speech.
We gave the pregame.
Guys, these guys aren't very good. Take it easy on them.
Wait a minute.
No, the pregame was we're going to execute today. When you hear a team's bad, your code word for that is we're going to execute. So we're going to run a ton of plays. We're going to see, can we run 25 plays today? And execute and figure them out. And what are we going to do? That's code for that.
So then at halftime,
right,
we're done executing.
Yeah, we're done. You're going to rebound and play hard.
Put the ball in the hoop.
Playing defense.
And when the kids hear execute, they think, Nap time.
Yeah.
Let's shut her down.
Well, until then, it's like, well, we always execute for 3 players. We don't execute for 8 players. So now we had to change that up, Jake. Good coaches. We can adapt.
Good coaching.
Good coaches adapt.
Good coaching.
Halftime adjustments. That's
Yeah, but then we ended up winning by 30 or 40 or something. So see,
Worst team.
he wasn't wrong. He was not wrong. He was spot on.
So the problem was you went and told your kids they're not good.
I didn't tell. No, code.
Yeah, you used
I'm
the
a
word
code
execute,
breaker.
and that's the way.
So they know the code word?
They know it now. We're gonna
Well,
change it.
obviously.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of that in the offseason. Get that code word changed.
It's like switching up baseball signs.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
never goes well.
No. Nobody. Coaches don't. We don't remember them. Kids don't remember them.
what was the indicator?
Yeah.
I don't know what the indicator
They're
is.
screaming at a kid for trying
Screaming at
to
a
steal
kid.
third with
But
2
it's their
outs.
fault. It's their fault, though, when they don't remember.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
100%.
The coach is always right.
Mostly. Unless it's Rademacher. He's hardly ever right.
Well, he's twisted.
Oh, terrible. He's a great coach. He's done a really good
Where's
job.
he at today?
I don't know.
Oh, he wasn't coming
Bethany
on this
told him.
show.
Yeah, Bethany told him he probably couldn't come.
Bethany's got him doing laundry.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
he's
she's
doing
teaching a class or
laundry, folding clothes, that type of thing.
something. Vacuuming.
Yeah.
Taking the world a better place.
yeah, it is a pretty. Be sure to check the show out when you get home. Our graphic designer he's on top of it. He's got Josh, the Ticketmaster McClellan on.
You're killing it.
He's even got your phone
Put the
number
number
on
out there.
Good. Put that.
Hey, we had a discussion before the show about Ticketmaster and whatnot, and I mean some Morgan Wallen tickets, and they're a little pricey. Can
They
you
are
work on this
pricey.
for me?
I hate getting tickets now. Everything's
they're
digital.
Say,
Is it hurting?
Does that hurt you?
It hurts me. It's killing my business.
I mean, how can he get a group of 20 together, only have 5 tickets?
How can you lose tickets to have to buy new tickets?
But
You know what I mean?
But at least you don't misplace them
Right.
when they're digital.
You know what I did do when Illinois, we
boy.
were at Memorial Stadium, and I had my tickets. Obviously, Grau and I were together, so I had all those tickets from Grau, and it was time to pull them up, and it overloaded the system. Apparently, everybody's phones went down. Nobody get their tickets. We walked up, and we were like, "Hey, it's down." They're like, "We believe you. Go in."
You
Okay,
have a trusting face.
Is that easy?
It's that easy. Apparently, when you're sweaty and overweight or something, they're just like, "Oh, you need to sit down. Go into that stadium.
Get in
sit
there.
anywhere you want.
Get you some water.
You better get a hot pretzel."
So, talking about Ticketmaster, we'd like to get our order in early then. Are you going to be able to get the tickets
I'm not doing no
for Dublin?
I'm not doing anything for you. I'm 100% going to Dublin though.
Yes, what
100%.
Can you get
Yeah,
those
I
for
thought you
us?
said you were getting tickets for all of us.
No, you're cut
This
off.
was a thing.
He's got a wad of hundies.
Oh yeah. All right. A lot of hundies travel.
It does travel. Look at that, man. We were in.
You put,
Those are ones.
put my phone number on the internet.
Yeah, we're gonna do it again. By the way, Lloyd's got it on there right now.
Yeah, I'm not-
it's literally scrolling
Lloyd's
across
my
the bottom
guy,
of the screen.
too.
And that phone is lighting up, isn't it?
Lloyd
Lighting
and
up.
Jim are my favorite.
Oh,
Not
Look at that.
anymore. No.
Look at that.
I'm done. I love Lloyd and Jim. Now I'm back to loving Jake.
Hey,
It's been awkward
Jim,
for years. It's been awkward since Gus Macker.
you have any good ones for that? When he said he loved you? Boom. Well, yeah, okay. We'll come back to it.
Jim's half asleep.
Jim stays out all night and then shows up for the show. Man. It's
I'm telling you right
unbelievable.
now, you're gonna hear "I love Jim"
Yeah, I love
on
Jim.
Jim's
Yeah.
little push button over there.
Why wouldn't you make that a drop? Put
Yeah.
that on everything.
Everybody loves Jim.
I get $1 every time. Every time you use it.
There we go. Royalty.
Lloyd and
Residuals,
Jim.
yeah.
Residuals.
Nice.
That
I
and
like
butt
it.
hurt.
but hurt.
Jim just turned it off. He's not giving you a nickel.
We can't say on the air what we think of Jim.
What?
What?
No.
Right, Joe?
No, I'm not going to talk about it.
I'm not either.
I will behind his back, but I'm not doing it out here. He's sitting right there.
Whoa.
A rotten head in with a ratchet.
See, now he's looking around. We got him moving now.
That's his favorite saying. Yeah. Speaking of, we need to get Grody on here coming up. I don't think he does a Saturday morning show anymore, so we need.
They're all booked up for this week.
Oh. We'll see if we can get Mark Grody on here in the next next week or two. He's a Chicago Bears sideline reporter. You remember Brooke Grody back in the day?
Back in the day,
You remember the Chicago Bears?
I only like the Bears. They got 4 Notre Dame players on. So, yeah.
Tell you what, the Bears are on their way.
They could be.
Could be. It's exciting, right?
Cole Kmet's a stud.
It's amazing
Chase Claypool.
how fast players go to Chicago to die.
Yeah.
I mean, that career was looking like, Hall of Fame to,
Hey,
gone.
Kmet's having. He's going to have a great career there.
Allegedly.
Well, you could be Arizona Cardinals. Like,
Yeah, I was going to say.
J.J.
Almost
Watt
the same
retired
thing.
10 years early because he was tired of it.
Just get out.
He looked
That's
like
the worst team in
Say,
football.
I'm
that
done.
dude looked like RoboCop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Braces, strap. I mean, talk about piecing the guy together to finish a season.
Yeah, he takes a
He's an
beat.
amazing ambassador for that game, though. I mean,
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, the guy's awesome.
I mean, that guy he was kind of like Peyton Manning in a lot of
Yeah,
ways.
everybody
Just
seems to love it.
Yeah.
He's on everything.
everything.
Yeah.
Kind of makes up for having Bidwell as an owner, right?
Yeah.
Boy, does he do a lot of things that are good. When's that Bear Stadium supposed to be done?
Well, you better.
Oh, the Bidwells are just, it's horrible.
I hope they're not
Can't say
listening.
it on air. Yeah.
I can say that on
What
there.
if they own the radio station? You don't know. Like it's a
Yeah.
Jim doesn't
conglomerate.
care.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
big market.
Say whatever you want and then deny
I mean, if they live between here and Pulaski,
If
we're
you're going
hosed.
to can him,
If you hit Pulaski, we're off.
it. Oh, you can get this a long way.
Can you?
Yeah. You can get up
We
into
have.
Springfield.
Yeah, we've listened to you outside of Warrensburg, taking kids places. what have
Yeah,
guys.
you could go Bloomington way. You can get
Yeah.
a long way from Atlanta.
And then
All right.
we've listened to you. Well, we listened to you on.
I mean, there
more-
is the Mixler app.
on
and,
Mixler. Yeah, I listen to you guys on Mixler
Everywhere.
when we go up to Notre Dame.
What about when you go to Dublin?
That'll be harder. But
I've forgotten who they're playing now. Who they play?
Navy.
Yeah, that's an awesome game.
Navy.
When is
we're going
that?
to need those tickets.
August, is it?
It's always that Labor Day weekend. They'll always do it in that same, whether it's the Monday or the Saturday, however that. But it'll be a Saturday.
So you're going.
no.
You seem pretty confident that you're going.
I'd like to. I've
Go.
had friends that go, no.
You get the check from the school for basketball. That should
Yeah.
No,
take half of
he
it
has friends
and
that
go to
go.
Dublin.
half.
Use half of it and go
quarter
on a
of
little
it.
vacation.
16 years, baby. Salary
You
is
get that bump, aren't you?
high, man.
That bump.
Neil reset me. I skipped 1 year. I'm back to the bang.
Yep.
And that extra goes right back in the program.
Right back.
Yep. Now that's a helpful guy.
Well, we'll go to several games, but man, we went last year. I took my dad, and we go up and we get you get beat. You just want to punch everybody that's around you. You hate, everybody's a coach. It's just like, Illinois loses, and we've got this text thread that he and I are on, and we've got idiots from all over the Midwest, Iowa, everywhere.
Pretty good coaches.
Oh yeah.
They're all so smart. Like
Looking for jobs.
the things that they say. And it's only in Illinois, the Underwood crowd. Brad's got to go. Like, are you morons?
Yeah.
Do you know what happened the last time? And same thing, Coleman Hawkins, we talk about this all the time. We talked about it coming here. He has a terrible mental mistake that probably cost us the game. Up 5, the ball.
Yeah.
You get it. Terrence Shannon, mental mistakes. The whole team's making mental mistakes. Brad and Jeff can't tell them what to do every single minute. Like, they have to be able to execute and do things on their own. And for some reason, fans think that the coach, is somehow responsible
absolutely.
for that 18 or 19-year-old kid losing his mind in the biggest, most stressful moment of his life. You know what I mean? Like, you sit there and say, like,
Really? I mean,
I thought it was funny when that ball rolled over there to Underwood in the game. It was
Oh.
last game and he kicked it. It's like, that's what I would have wanted to do too.
Yeah.
Just
drop kick that. Every time you see that Bobby Knight throwing a chair, I know exactly what he's thinking. Like,
Now,
no,
see, I think you could pull that off.
I used to throw my gum. So what we would do, I would always hit my head with the board, and I would take my gum out and throw it in the stands. This is a freshman game. Nobody was there.
Penny Hardaway threw a Gatorade bottle
Yes,
last
he
night.
did.
Yeah.
Powerade or something.
Yeah.
After they lost, just chucked it.
Yeah.
Don't know if it hit anybody.
I would pray that would hit me right.
I think he
between
wanted
the
that
eyes.
timeout.
I'm hoping your gum didn't hit anybody. That's nasty.
It went into one of my former players' grandmother's hair. That's a true story. We were in Decatur, and I got mad, and I bounced it off a seat, and it bounced right up and went right in her hair. I won't say who it was until I talked to the player. Went right in his poor grandmother's hair.
So she
did
still
you
don't know it's still
apologize?
there.
I did. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that." And that was the last time I was allowed to chew gum. Neil got a call. He gave me a
said-
talking to. He's like, "You can't. Are you a moron?
Yeah.
Stop throwing gum up in our stands."
Kinda, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I said it's
He's
better
probably
than,
right about that.
It's better than like breaking clipboards, or you get frustrated, so you
throw
you're
your gum.
not taking it out on the kids.
Yeah, you're not throwing bricks.
Right,
It's
not-
a piece of gum.
It's not a cinder block off highway, right? Like overpass.
It's a piece of gum, Neil.
I didn't think it bounced. I didn't think it hit her in the head. I didn't think it'd stick. But I was
I've
wrong
been
on all
chewing
that
it a
thing.
while. It had
Still
some,
chewable?
it had some
Yeah, she'd have cut that. Yeah. He stopped buying me clipboards like in 2010.
I'd have went to metal ones for you.
Yeah, we don't even use them anymore. Draw on the floor or something, like it doesn't even matter.
yeah, get a box of sand.
Permanent marker.
doesn't
Draw the sand here.
None of it matters.
Do they really listen though when you're
No.
drawing stuff up?
No.
I mean, you might as well be writing Chinese on there.
Right.
They don't. I mean,
Right. 20 years, I can count how many times I've been drawing something up, and you look up, and all 5 of them
they're just like.
are, not a one of them.
Do you ever draw something up and then they break the huddle and you be like, what did I just draw up? I mean,
Oh, yeah, I'm certain of that.
there's no way that's going to work.
We've looked at it afterwards. Like I've picked it up and went, Dom, look at that. that's the stupidest
Kids
thing.
can't catch on.
It's the same play. Like you draw up. Last 30 seconds, we're down 2. We drop special 3. A play that for 20 years we've ran this play. We run it every halftime, quarter. You know what I mean? And we'll draw it up, and I'll be so pumped up. It looks like. It's terrible. It's awful. So I'll pick it up and I'll say, look at that mess. There's just X's and one guy going this way and a screen. It's just gibberish. Horrible. And the kids just look at you like,
And then they go out and run it right exactly how you drew it up, and it's just a bumbled up.
yeah, one kid running this way, another kid running that way. It is incredible. Like that's such a base play for this whole program. So we really, freshman level, we try to concrete in those base 5 sets, the Eagles, Specials, C's, whatever it is, Dallas's, right. And that's like 50 plays between our 4 or 5 base sets. And we try to just put it in concrete for them. And a couple of them are super base. Like, this is what we run all the time. It's 2 things. Just do these 2 things. You'll be shocked at how many times the game will be like, this is all we got to do, guys. Just execute this one play. Just cannot happen.
Can't pull it off.
No,
there's the code
that-
word.
Right, the code word, right. So you come in because they're kids, and there's a ton of things going on.
Information.
Right.
And they're thinking about running the play and
Right.
not
being basketball
and not playing
players.
basketball.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it directly translates to Coleman Hawkins and Terrence Shannon. And these are kids getting NIL money that are going to be in the league. And it happens the same to them. You know what I mean? You can't really get that mad when a 14-year-old kid that didn't even play basketball as an 8th grader can't execute a play. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, you can get mad.
oh, dude. Then
And
you
you
throw
do.
gum into grandma's hair.
And I believe this is why fans can get mad at coaches. Right here.
Right there. It truly is. Like, I get it. I get it. We were screaming. Grady was with us, and R.J. Melendez goes on that little 8-0 run on his own, and we are pumped. We are in the basement. We are screaming. Let's go. Grady jumps up. Yeah, lands right on his ankle, twists it, falls over. He cries for the next 5 minutes. And then the game's over, and we're both crying. It's terrible.
Is that true story?
Grady, we should have had you on to talk. Dance? Something? Do you dance?
Well, Grady, sounds like you have the same ankles as your dad had.
Yeah.
This is not a good thing.
We're going to have to work on those.
He don't have cankles yet.
Look at these guys. Look at those things. That's athletic.
You do have some athletic.
Look at that.
You're an athlete.
Why are you not
Athlete.
wearing the ankle braces now?
Oh,
It
no
should be
need.
24/7.
Man, it's top heavy.
Hey, I want to know the coach's view on, like, I see some of these guys at the NCAA tournament will just grab their 5 starters and take them out on the court and leave everybody else on the bench to talk to. And I've never understood that. Like,
If I'm just assuming they're mad. Because I've met them out. You call 30, and you meet them out there, and you grab them all, and you just scream at the floor, and you're so
well, these are
mad
longer
at those
timeouts,
guys.
and they've drug the chairs out, and it's just the
And it's
5
just
of them.
the 5.
And now
That I
no
don't
one else
understand.
heard you tell them anything, or if you're going to put them in the game, or maybe it means none of you guys have a shot at going in.
That's
just
what
get
it
out of the way.
Right.
These guys are playing.
You guys just get them water, call it a day.
Stay out of the way.
Yep.
Try
Don't
to
ask
keep your
questions.
jersey clean. We're going to wear it tomorrow.
What are the chances Northwestern or Penn State move on? Texas, UCLA?
I mean, it doesn't matter what I think. I mean, you want to see my bracket?
Is it great?
trash.
Is it awesome?
Oh, whose bracket is?
No.
I mean, if there's a
Kansas.
perfect bracket out there, you know absolutely nothing about basketball.
Isn't there only like 30 left in the whole country?
Yeah.
Right?
And
that a housewife did that. Guaranteed.
Yeah. And she'd pick mascots.
100%.
Yeah. Or
Those ones that always
favorite
win.
uniforms.
Right.
No way you could have a perfect bracket if you know anything about basketball.
Right.
I mean, FDU, they just played the playing game.
Right.
Who would have thought that they're going and do that to Purdue?
Yeah.
Smallest team in the tournament
From the worst conference.
from the worst conference, playing the best team in the Big Ten and probably one of the bigger teams in the tournament.
Mason Gillis, I said this during the game. I said this coming here today, that he may retire. Mason Gillis might be so psychologically broken from that game and just so scared to shoot a basketball.
Yeah.
Because
he wouldn't shoot.
Wouldn't shoot.
He-
And then when they made him, he airballed it.
Yeah.
In the last 3 minutes. Like they were looking at him screaming, shoot the ball.
No.
Please shoot the ball. And he was scared to death. And he may never play basketball again.
And Candace Parker referred to that. You know, she would rather have a guy with a low 3-point percentage with confidence shoot the ball than a guy
100%.
with high 3-point percentage with
And
no
no
confidence
confidence.
shooting the ball. And that was evident yesterday because
Right. Your
he was
center-
out there, nobody within 10 feet of him.
Scared to death.
And just looking to pass it.
Scared to death.
Yeah.
Your center is 1.5 feet taller than everybody else.
Yeah.
If you just run set plays to get a good shot, 15 feet, it's a pass. Mm-hmm. Just a good miss
Did it say
is a pass.
one shot in the last 12 minutes or something he had?
One shot.
Yeah. And it was everything he got was off rebounds. Just somebody shoot from 16 feet.
Throw him the ball up here.
Yeah.
Turn around.
Anywhere. Right.
Lay it in.
Well, you got to bring it
Anything.
down here first so nobody else can slap it.
And that's what he was doing.
Give him a fair shake.
How would anyone else get it if you didn't bring it down
I
here?
don't know, but
The one time they
did.
got him on
And I was-
the right block, he put the ball on the floor and he tapped it out. Like, that's one time you got it.
How often do we practice that?
turn around and just go boom.
What are you doing?
Yeah, but I can't say I'm disappointed.
Oh, I'm fine with it.
I mean, obviously you want the Big Ten
Big
to
Ten to do
represent,
well, but
you also want them to lose.
You got
know?
Michigan State, Penn
Michigan
State,
State. I hope
Northwestern.
Michigan State wins it all.
I do too.
I love Tom Izzo.
Duke. Baby.
Get
What's
out
wrong
of here.
with Duke?
Where'd you get that?
I like Filipkowski. Filipkowski. I love Filipkowski.
I'm
That
a
dude.
Duke guy.
We're on Kansas
when?
now.
You just bought that hat.
So Scotty,
Oh,
it's
look
the only one
at
who's
it.
got
I've
left.
had it. You pull up old film. I've worn this.
That's that is a brand new hat, right, Jake?
Not a brand
Oh, that's
new.
new.
That's brand
Have a
new.
sticker on the
Saying
back.
$6 TJ Maxx. I've had
Has
it
a
for 20
reflection
years.
sticker on the back. A reflective sticker.
Is the tag still on it?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Just checking. Just checking. Well, who's your pick?
Kansas.
I took
got-
UCLA.
I went.
I took Kansas.
Ivy?
Yeah,
Hey, Big Ten could knock them off
they
today.
could. West Coast hasn't won in a long time, but it could be the year.
Jalen Wilson, Grady Dick, Kansas.
Duke.
We went to that game before.
That's what Greg
Kansas
said.
game,
How was
and
that?
It was good. They're big.
Huge.
That
They're
Grady
huge.
Dick, he's just smooth.
Right.
He's a heck of a player. I mean, he's just
guard play.
It's
Look at their
effortless.
guards. Right.
It's effortless for them. I mean,
And they can score.
Yeah, they can score, and
Big Ten has trouble scoring.
yeah, and they're long and they're athletic.
Right.
I
You
mean,
score to win.
Well, I mean, that's really those. I mean, those guys, Jalen Wilson,
Yeah.
Grady Dick, like they're gonna get buckets. Even on a bad night, Kansas can still put up 70 points.
and it's not like it's a quiet point. I mean, Grady
Right.
Dick. I mean, you don't even know he's out there.
And he ends up with 16.
Yeah,
and
and just he's very good.
Gonzaga
ball player.
too.
Yeah.
Gonzaga's got to be the highest scoring team in the NCAA tournament. Or they got to be, or they got to be close. I mean, when you have the all-time scorer Drew Timme,
Yeah, they're
right? I don't. This is you. Like you know all this. This is your.
No, they're loaded.
Yeah, if you know all this, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Drew
got-
Timme, good. Very good.
Who's the kid yesterday that had 45 points the entire season, scored 19, and they won?
For who?
The upset. I was trying to think of the team now. I watched so much.
Joe, you
Can't
always
remember.
do that. If you're gonna bring
Well,
something
I thought
up,
you
have
may
the
have seen
answer.
it. Also, who won?
I mean, I've watched
in
a
the
lot of
big-
basketball.
in the
My
big
brain's
upset,
applesauce.
Maybe it was a Purdue game. In the big upset, the kid had
Maybe.
Oh, when he scored the last 9 points of the game
he had
to win it?
45
Yeah.
points the entire season, had 19 in this game in
Right.
the NCAA tournament.
Right.
Wow.
when it counts.
He had no confidence.
You know, the tournament is just so
Dynamite drop in.
so wide open these days. Anybody can beat anybody.
He is good.
I totally agree. I think that's why this is so popular. You know what I mean? The parity.
Yeah.
The parity of talent is, and the NBA can't say that.
No.
You know what I mean? And women's basketball can't say that. Even baseball, Major League Baseball can't say that. There is talent at a playing game, 11 or 16. You can beat anybody on any given night. There's so much
and it
talent.
may not be so much talent, but it's heart.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, there's
Look how
obviously
hard they played.
Purdue has more talent than FDU.
Probably, yeah.
Well,
But yesterday,
these
FDU
teams,
they
though,
had
with-
more
with-
heart, and they just
These lower ranked teams have these kids are juniors and seniors, been playing on the same team
Right.
for all
Right.
4 years.
They like each other too.
That means something.
You guys can't tell me that when you watch Illinois, you see 5 or 8 guys that genuinely like each other.
Or gel. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't. They look
don't have-
like as soon as the game's done, all 8 or 10 go
different
8 or
directions.
different.
100%.
yeah.
And they
And I
might
don't think you
run into each other.
You can't
later.
fix that unless you play together
unless
for
you
a while.
played together for a while.
Whereas if you look at some of these other teams that have these upsets,
Right.
I mean, you see them, they're leaving the stadium, they're going together, they're going to Applebee's.
Right. Hey, and
They're going to Jake's
I'm
Furnishings.
telling you, they're going,
how many
they're
times
going
have
to
you
Nut
guys
Hatch Hill out
heard
here.
Neil coach out? How many times does he talk about that 14, where those 6, 8, 10 guys, those dudes loved each other. They still hang out. They still talk. You know, when we've seen them come back here, and we talk to them all, they're like, "Oh yeah, I just talked to him. Yeah, I'd text him all the time." Or you know, that 14 team, they're super close. St.
Absolutely.
Peter's, they had 24-year-olds playing. You know, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, and you know what the whole problem is? The portal.
Oh,
The NIL.
Check.
It's ruined
Fact.
college basketball.
Fact.
Because
Or has it
kids
made it
aren't-
better?
No.
No, I think it's ruined
not
it.
Well,
made it
look
better.
at this tournament.
I'm
The teams
looking.
that are advanced and don't have a whole bunch of transfers.
Right.
They're teams
Right.
that have been, they're guys that have been there.
Right.
So it's hurting it because you're bringing in other guys for a year that haven't played together, and you talk about gelling. They're not.
Well,
gonna
what's
gel.
Illinois' season look like if we got pods? I don't know. That's a great question. I'd love to know.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
I mean, it's two different types of conferences too. Is he that successful?
100%.
In the Big
We talked
Ten?
about it coming here.
I mean, yeah,
100%.
You know, over there, you know, you're not
Right.
seeing the big physical
Right.
players you do in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
You know, it's this and that.
This and
you
that,
don't know,
yeah.
but
I talked to Gavin. We were talking to Gavin Block, and then we were talking to Carson Aaronholtz. He's a head coach or the assistant coach at Minnesota State. And we were just talking to both of them about the portal. They're low level, you know, Division I, high level Division II, and they're not even looking at high school kids. They said, no, we're not even. We'll only look at a high school kid if we lose a 4th or 5th year senior. Then we'll say, well, okay, well, maybe we can reinvest in a high school kid for the next.
Sure.
But he's like, we go the transfer. Why are we going to do all that work for freshmen they're not going to be that dynamic as a freshman. So let's get a 19 or 20-year-old junior that's already had 2 years of high-level Division II or low-level Division I experience.
Absolutely.
They already know what they're getting into. We don't have to teach them what they're going to eat and how they're going to practice and how they need to prepare. They already know.
Yep.
That blew my mind.
Yeah, it's
ruins the game.
Unfortunately, it sounds like it's kind of here to stay. I thought they were putting some regulations on it, but we've already got over probably 200 kids in the portal right now.
Oh yeah,
it's over 400 now. Each day.
It was 173 a couple of days ago.
Yeah,
and it's just. You got to hold these kids accountable.
Yeah.
If they're not happy with something, well, I'm just going to transfer. And what message is that sending?
Well, and they're not going to listen to anybody. We've already had a bunch of players come out against it to say, listen, Coach made me mad my freshman year. I never played. I hated Coach sophomore year. I figured it out my junior year. I was a starter, and we went to the tournament my freshman or my senior year. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's been tons of these stories. Like, if I would have never stayed, I would have never become the player and the person I am now. And they're trying to tell everybody this. Nobody's going to listen. You're not going to listen. Kid can't tell an 18-year-old kid. You're not going to tell him anything. You're going to figure it out.
And when it's too late.
When it's right, when they're boy, my senior year, boy, that stunk.
Yeah. Well, guys, appreciate you coming in. We got to take a break here. Definitely want you to come in during the summer. We'll talk a little Notre Dame football preview.
Tickets,
baseball.
Lots of tickets.
Tank tops and tans.
But yeah, we could do a whole show. So thanks for taking some time.
Yeah,
and
it's great.
Yeah. We'll talk to you again this summer.
All right,
you're on next time.
And then you're on next time, too, so prepare.
Yeah, get something ready to talk about, okay?
All right, we're going to take a commercial break. We come back, we're going to talk to the Lincoln Junior High Wrestling Squad. A few kids here made state qualifiers, so we're going to talk with them, get their experience, and get the rundown. So stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM.
We scored?
Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters. Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm going to need that back.
No.
Kevin!
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Illinois. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the IHSA and the Illinois Athletic Directors Association.
This is Caitlin Hasprey, a state medalist in golf, and you're listening to the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM and online at WLCNonline.com.
We are at Jake's Furnishings today, and now joining us are the Lincoln Junior High Wrestling State Qualifiers. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Nice and awake. Got some sugar in you, and you don't have to worry about making weight. So now you can kind of indulge and pig out for a while.
Keep eating donuts.
Yeah. Coach Dan Fulcher. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning. Thank you.
You want to go ahead? Go ahead and introduce these guys for us, so we know who we're talking to.
I sure will. I'll kind of start with the other newbies. First, right next to me then is my basketball wrestler, then Braxton. Braxton last year, he halfway through the season come out when basketball's about over and says, Coach, he says, I'd like to wrestle when it's over with. So Lincoln Junior High then got a program to where you can do multiple sports during the same season or at the end of to the other one, and he came out for us and actually went to Iron Sharpens Iron and got, well, I really like this. His number one's basketball, number two is wrestling, and but he is darn good at wrestling, obviously. His brother then Riley last year made it to the blood round, made it 2 points from going to state last year, and that just burned a fire in him like you couldn't imagine. Last year he won 31 matches, this year 42, tying the school record, and this year when he had that same match, he looked at me and says, don't worry, I'm winning this one. And he destroyed the kid. And then sitting over here is Cameron Bell. He's our two-time state qualifier. The difference from last year to this year is last year that we were Class A. This year, by 4 students, we were the smallest AA school in the state of Illinois. Oh, I know. I mean, why couldn't we 5 kids stay home today when we count? But that's okay. You know, I mean, because we're AA when we get to high school, when we're up there wrestling. You know, there's 3 classes in high school, 2 at the junior high. But back to Cameron. Cameron last year also tied the school record at 42 wins. This year had a concussion and a sickness. He finished the season with 34 wins. So if you can look at over the last 2 seasons, 76 wins is just incredible. These are the type of wrestlers that are going to really do fabulous at high school. We have 13 8th graders. We won 23 duels this year, winning the most dual meets that we have done at Lincoln Junior High. And of the 13 that are going, 10 of them had never wrestled till they got to junior high. Why is that? It was COVID. You know, the last 3-4 years, kids didn't have chances. So I'd go to lunches and say, hey, you guys want to wrestle? And that's how we got the team. And then the cream rose to the top at the end of the year.
Well, before we step down with these guys, talk about your assistant coaches and your young staff, aren't you?
Oh yeah, we're young. We're the oldest staff in the state of Illinois. Not even telling you. We have aged AARP cards. All right. So Kirby Rogers is our assistant. Dwight Reed is volunteer assistant, and Alex Dawson. You can't get rid of Alex. You know, Alex has been around so long that we named a tournament after him, and he's still there. You know, so
and all of you in your 80s, except for you.
I can't remember. So yeah, and you know, and people ask about it's just a love. It's a love. I mean, it's a passion.
Now, there's a lot of knowledge there over the years. You know, you guys have been involved, you know, official for years. So you know the tricks and the trade to, you know, all the, you know, wrestling techniques. So, you know, you kind of throw that knowledge out there. Now, how about you getting on the mat and showing? Is that still something you do?
Oh, I do.
You know that. He's got a singlet. Hey, strip out of that and show it. You're in a singlet now.
Exactly. well, we're on a TV show because I could say that depends. But anyway, here we go. So, what I will say this is wrestlers. Do I still wrestle with you?
For sure.
Yeah. Oh,
You're a wrestling partners almost every single day.
Is there a wrestler on the team that can beat me?
No, not that I can think
now,
of.
you guys do know what a big deal he is, right? I mean, Dan's a pretty big deal in the wrestling community.
Every single meet we go to, all the refs are coming up to him, basically dabbing him up like they're his best friends.
Oh yeah, smoothing him over. You guys probably get some bad calls from some people he's made mad over the years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but now I'm a signer, so I look at them and go, "Do you want to work again?" But no, and we'll get back to kids. But you're exactly right. We've had to learn. Kirby and I had to learn how to be a coach in the corner because it makes them uneasy as officials that are out there. We work the state tournament. We're the clinicians that teach them every year the new rules and the existing rules, and we have to even make sure that we're probably more softer and gentler to them because it's an intimidating situation for both, and we would, especially when it's our best friends, and we've had a couple tough calls that didn't go our way, and I remember going to the table with one. I says, I agree with the unnecessary roughness call, but I said he was doing that to see if the kid was awake. So why don't you? He says, in my opinion. I said, well, I'd just like for you to change your opinion. but those are the things that help us grow as coaches as well. And it's the same way with the youth. The youth of today have changed so much.
Oh, sure.
Unbelievable. And we in Lincoln are not like Chicago. We in Lincoln are not like where they're wrestling 150 matches a year. Our wrestlers are track, baseball, wrestling, basketball, anything that's out there. We got to do the multi-sport here in this town, and I think that's what actually makes them better. And
good for you guys for even going out for sports after you've set through COVID and everything else. It would be pretty easy for a lot of kids to just hang it up and go, well, I'm not doing anything. So hats off to you guys for getting back out there. So you're going to have to help us with the names because, we're going to have these guys mixed up.
Now, these two here are ornery. At the beginning of the year, like one of them had the little bit of the beard here, a little bit of the whiskers, and the other clean. And then halfway they changed it. And now today they changed it back on me again. And they do that. So just say Braxton or Riley and just wait for one of them to answer. And it's okay. It's okay. They are identical. I think
we're going to have to go to one of you's going to have a mohawk in high school. Maybe switch it every other year.
Is Mom over here? Mom, do they wrestle at home, and are they always at it, or is it a big competition at home because they're about the same size, both athletic build?
The only competition they have is to see who's the tallest.
Well, there you go. There you go.
They have to be measured to see which one's taller.
Now, I saw you guys on the basketball court a lot this year. Did you like your coach, or was he a butt?
This coach this year, compared to last year's coach, was a lot better.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because I don't really care for him.
Well, he is a good coach. And
it's my son.
Actually?
I was hoping to get a good response from you.
He is a good coach. I like him.
Yeah, he loved it. I know you guys
could have went a different direction.
They could have. I wasn't going to ask it. And, the season could have, it wasn't the greatest season that you guys had, but do you feel that, not to switch to basketball.
I'll say, how we get talking about basketball?
Well, that's what we do. Do you feel like you guys improved over the year?
Yes, we have improved a lot with the new coach that we got this year.
Yeah.
And he actually taught us a lot more things than last year's coach.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear.
I'll tell you what, Bryson, you raised a fabulous son. This was the first year.
His mom had most.
Yeah. Okay.
I see her looks. But I would just say that very early on, because we did the sharing, he and I conversed and talked a lot about who was primary, who was secondary, and I think he did a fabulous job and very good to work with us on wrestling.
I appreciate it. I know he struggled with a little bit. It's first year doing it, and he's played basketball since he was born, and, so enjoyed it. Now, is that something you're going to do? I know there might be a little conflict in high school. Can you do both?
I don't think so. You're going to have to do with the primary, and we're not one of those that say you got to do this sport or that sport. I want him busy, doing a good time. His love is basketball, and my love is baseball, but my passion's wrestling. So I think that he loves wrestling, but his passion's basketball. So whatever he does as the next coach, we'll be sitting there watching him, cheering him on, and go get it. What are you, 6'1"? So it's going to be pretty hard as a 6'1", 6'2" freshman coming in for him not to want to pick up a basketball. Now,
how about football? You guys play football?
You guys both you already playing football.
Yeah. Okay, good. Because I bet you guys are heck of football players. Because you guys are aggressive, fast, quick, strong.
We actually, 8th grade year was our first year ever playing football.
Yeah.
And we actually took starting spots.
Good.
Like, it made people mad for how good we were for our first year.
As big and as athletic as you two are, and you've already figured out that 99% of kids run with their legs. From takedowns, you guys will be excellent tacklers.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, that's good.
We've already got you pinned in on defense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Put them both defensive ends and just go get the quarterback.
That's what we were last year.
Yeah.
Well,
always we
go.
were getting sacks left and right.
Yeah.
Tight end, wide
J.J.
receiver.
Watts.
These arms, because they had man strength. What made them real good this year? Not only were they smart, articulate, good, their coach's dream, but they were young men that had man strength. A lot of times when you're in 8th grade, there's a difference between a young man beginning to be a young man and man strength. And a lot of times they just man strength is how they beat the wrestlers.
So what was your best this year? What was your favorite one? What was your best match, or your one that was like, yeah, I got that? Did you wrestle a kid that maybe had beaten you a couple of times or any of that stuff, and you got back at him?
Yeah, there's one kid that I always had trouble with, and when I beat him one time, I got a good rush in my feeling in my body.
Kind of addictive, isn't it?
Yes.
Because
And
when you were going to state, he beat him in the semifinal match at sectional after he had beat him during the year, 2-1 in overtime. Ooh. And you can see him just thinking about it and just remembering it. And as soon as the buzzer went off, I looked at him and says, "You're going to state." And you just saw he goes, "Oh my gosh." The kid's dad didn't care for us, but that's okay.
That's all right. Can't make friends everywhere. Now, did your, as far as going to state, was that the highlight? I mean, that's got to be a big deal. I mean, we're going to talk to each one of you about it, but a big deal when you know you're going, you get the bus ride over, you get to stay in a hotel, you get to walk in the place and compete. You got little nerves going on?
I think it was a fun experience going to state. It was a little bit scary, and I think it was more fun than anything.
So what was your record at state?
2-2. Each of these were 2-2. A blood round, 1 and 2 points away from medal, but wow! At AA state, you walk in, everybody there is excellent. And the difference between 16th and first place is 1 or 2 or 3 points. Mm-hmm. It's just that good. Watching the NCAA finals, I'm not trying to compare to that, but the closeness is very similar at the state tournament as it is at our state tournament.
Now, where was the state tournament at? Was it
DeKalb?
DeKalb, NIU?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, their eyes were, wow.
Did you have those expectations when you started the season? Did you see these guys getting there?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Boy, good answer. You don't look at him.
When you have that kind of talent, and then they're willing to work, you just you did, and you don't want to overemphasize, but the hunger, the burning. When I looked at them and I says, "You need to win this one," and he knows. And we had some really, really good mental thoughts. We coach the rules. We can coach the mental attitude. It's wins and learns. If you lose, we learn. It's how to learn from the next one. It's not a loss pinned on you.
Right. You want to give a shout out to somebody?
I just want to shout out to my coach. He has helped me a lot, and he has helped me a lot through my matches and coached me and taught me things that has helped me get me all the way to state.
All right. Plus, he's sitting here.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Good answer.
He's the first one that a tear ran down my eye this year when he won that match, and. Don't do it again. And he just, he looked at him, he's just away, and he comes running, he jumps in my arms, and I'm saying, "Lord, give me the strength right now. I don't want to drop him," but it was pretty cool. Yeah.
And did you ever pin Coach Rogers?
No.
Okay, just checking.
It wouldn't have been that hard.
All right, let's pass the mic down here.
Riley, right?
Okay, well.
Glad you asked, because I would have said it wrong.
Yeah. So what was your favorite match this year as far as, even building up to state? Was there one particular match or wrestler that you like to face?
We had a wrestling meet at our junior high one night. I believe it was Quincy that was there. and this one kid, he was just being way too aggressive. Like, we were already out, the ref was blowing the whistle, and he just chucked me onto the court. I just went off the mat into the court, slid my knee. I'm walking back up to the line, and I look over at Coach, and Coach is like, "This is a war. You got to win this." And I believe it's going into the end of second quarter. I get a reversal, and I'm going. I was down 2 points, and I tie it. And then in the third quarter, he chose bottom, and when I covered him, he blew the whistle. And he tried standing up, but I side tripped him to his side, and he rolled. But when he rolled, I caught him, and he was on his back for a few seconds. He didn't realize I was getting back points from him. And so he finally jerked up, and I covered him again, and I put the half, and I pinned him. I say that's when the fire started for my season.
Excellent. You get points in junior high wrestling? You get back points?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, too. I think next year you're going to see the college, the 4 second for near fall. It's 2 seconds is 2 now. 5 seconds is 3. But I think you're going to see next year 4 is 4.
I didn't realize
2 twos, 4 4.
That's I probably haven't been in a junior high wrestling match in a long time.
You should ref one. Officiate.
Not officiating anything.
He is unbelievable. And talk about 42 wins. 32 of the 42 were pins.
Wow. Nice.
When he got somebody on their back, they didn't want to get up.
Is that a junior high record?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Somebody next to him who had a concussion and early on sick had the old record at 30. You know, and the same thing with the wins, as those two now set at the top, 42 wins in the season.
Cool. So, is that your favorite match of the year? Then
I'd say that's my favorite match.
Well, tell us about state when you walked in there and you knew you were going to compete.
Well,
in front of all those people.
I didn't really realize how big it was until I'm sitting up in the stands. It's after the national anthem, and the guy in the intercom says, "Let's wrestle," and all 8 matches start with the whistle blowing. And that's when I realized it was really true, and I was here at state. It was kind of made me tear up a little bit, because waiting from last year, losing 2 points, that was just with me the whole year, and going to Iron Sharper just really made that fire grow.
Well, I'm a big believer in it's going to help you in every sport and in life later on. You know, it gives you a lot of self-confidence and a lot of, you're not afraid of anything. You can step up on anything. So you guys have been very successful. Nice job. You give a shout out to somebody?
I'd shout out to Coach Dan. He's been with me since 5th grade. He's taught me inside wrestling and outside wrestling, how to be a man and grow as a man. He's really made me become the person I am today.
There you go. That's a good compliment. He's a good boy.
Did he script this out for you guys? Or is this from the bottom of your heart?
Did he pay the moms? Yeah, okay. All right, well, you keep the mic because we might have more questions, but we'll move it along. You have to throw some names at us because
we're forgetful.
Cameron Bell.
Cameron Bell?
Cameron.
Yes.
Okay. Cameron, tell us a little bit about you.
2-time state qualifier, 1-time state placer. Been wrestling for over 8 years, almost.
8 years? So you started back in youth wrestling with Walt and the whole program?
Yep.
And you're an 8th grader now? Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
5 years old he started.
5 years old and still going at it. Is you love the sport? Is that you just stick with it?
It's a passion.
Yeah.
Just want to go wrestle.
Just wrestle. Now, is that something that you'll do in the off season? Go to a lot of matches and just keep going? Okay.
And play football?
Yeah.
Okay.
You play football as well? And baseball?
Baseball,
do
track.
it all. Yeah, I mean, play them all. You might as well. I mean, because every sport that you play, it's just going to make you better for the sports that you're going to play next. Just different movements, building different muscles. So, and if you don't play them, you may down the road regret it. So play them all. Any particular match this year that kind of?
I'd say a wrestler. Peyton from Quincy.
Okay.
So
sounds like Quincy's the
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Tournament. I got a concussion from him.
Uh-oh.
And then I ended up facing him in Chatham semifinals. And I ended up beating him 16-10.
It was 16-10 and a wild one.
And then I ended up winning the Chatham tournament. And then I faced him in the blood rounds to go to state, beating him by a tech.
16-0. It was just,
took care of business again.
It was just a hammer. That kid walked out there and he shot, reshot, and as he was coming up, Cameron just bull rushed him and smoked him to the mat, and it was just like, and you just saw, you saw, you know what I'm saying, when in a match or sports, when you see you take it out of your opponent, and you could see this kid's eyes going, oh my word, what just hit me?
Excellent. So you got a little experience heading over to state. Did you help these guys, help prepare them with what they're going to be in for?
The pressure.
And the pressure, the crowd. You had, that's got to be the biggest crowd you guys wrestle in front of state. And everybody there is good. So do you kind of strut around and stare at people when you're there like you're a tough guy? No smiles, you know what I mean?
Sometimes.
Try to intimidate a little bit?
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like
you ever try that?
Oh yeah, it doesn't work, but I try
it. You got to intimidate a little bit over there. So what was like state this year? What's your highlight when you were there this year?
I have to say my second match, even though I lost it, it was still a really good match.
And was that kid good?
Yeah.
All right.
He wrestled the eventual state champion first match, and
that's a good draw.
100, thank you.
You couldn't do anything about that?
Hello. I mean, on some computer, I'd love to be able to talk to that guy. So they set them, but and without a doubt, 112 and 119 were the two toughest weight classes this year in the state of Illinois, and at our regional that he was at, the top three, the Jacksonville kid, the Quincy kid, and him, all at the time were top 6 ranked in the state at the regional. And then you moved on into the sectional, and of course then the other 3 he had obviously seen his first 2 matches at the state tournament. But it's wow, amazing.
Tough road.
Oh yeah. But he's going to have that burning fire now.
Sure.
See, is he going to see Quincy? Is he going to see Jacksonville? Is he going to see Rochester? Those ones before, those are exactly who he's going to see during his high school. They're going to be at the same size, and now he's already building that mental fortitude to be prepared for that.
So you lost to the eventual state champion. How were you in that match?
Wasn't really ready for it. He was fast. I mean, off the whistle, just already in my leg.
And where's that kid from?
Buffalo Grove.
All right.
Not that I could ever remember that.
Well, we'll see him at the state tournament then. So
Oh yeah.
We'll see him there later. And the kid from Quincy, you'll see him again.
Yeah.
Both of those will be AAA. We'll be AA. So those the difference with us A and AA, we now not only see the AA that we see, but you're going to see the Montinis, the Marmions, the Providence, the DeKalbs, and the Triers, all them at AA and junior high that you will not see at AAA in high school. So he got to see the kids that are wrestling 150 matches a year. This is the only sport they wrestle. This is all they do, and if that's their choice, great. But I like to see us do all of it.
So are there 4 classes in high school for wrestling?
3 in wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Have you guys been over to the high school state wrestling tournament?
We haven't gone to the state tournament.
Oh. Well, now.
So do they do like a show like that for these guys up there? Is it like a big spectacle, or you've the high school like Joe's talking about where they parade you
awesome.
in and all that? Do they do something like that up there as well? Or
yeah. While they were sitting here, I took pictures of them walking in. That picture that he's talking about where we sat, I have pictures for them, and I'll be sending them to them. But yeah, it is a massive arena. When their seasons were over with. And just one shy as we stood off to the side of the mat, and I said, take a deep breath. You're one of the top 8 in the state of Illinois. Look at this building. Remember this second. Remember this feeling. Whether it's basketball or track or baseball or wrestling again, always strive to be the best you can. And this is a feeling that you want in sports no matter what. And I think that pretty well burnt into their head really hard. You're at the elite, and thank you for doing that.
You want to shout out to anybody?
say all the coaches and the wrestlers that helped me throughout all my years of wrestling. I mean, it all led up to state.
Well, I'd say there's some coaches looking forward to you getting in that high school, too. Good for you guys, man.
I'm sure Coach Dietrich has hands-on, a lot of involvement just to see these guys work through the program, because now here in, several months, you're going to be, in high school. Does that sound pretty weird?
Yeah.
Going to be in high school? Yeah.
Practice starts in 261 days.
Yeah. So
you know what? Before you know it, you'll be seniors. We talk about that all the time.
Flies by.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it really does. So, as Coach mentioned, top 8 in the state of Illinois, if you kind of break that down, how many kids in the state of Illinois are wrestling? I mean, that's a real big deal, and you guys are in the elite, as Coach mentioned. So
700-800 at their weight classes, because each school in IESA can have 2 at a weight class. So you not only have the close to 400 schools, but then you can double that number, and you're in the top 8. You're in the top 1%. So
yeah, that's amazing.
Very
It's kind of like this sports show. We are the best, the top percent on Saturday mornings from 9 to 10 in
Ranked
Logan
number
County.
1.
Ranked number 1.
Sports show between 9 and 10 in Logan County for how many straight years, Jim? Oh, for a long time.
A long time.
Yeah,
Can I do a shout out to you guys too?
You're lucky to be on it.
We also have a lot of sponsors in town, and I know whether it's right or wrong, but Joe is one of the greatest sponsors for the high school, for the junior high, for the kids club. Not particulars, but snow was coming. Can you believe that? Snow last week, and we had to get sponsors to help us to head up to get a hotel room, make sure the kids are safe, and that kind of stuff, because schools have budgets and tight for them, and guys like him are just invaluable to us.
Absolutely.
And we appreciate that.
We got to support you guys, man.
Absolutely.
Good job. There's a lot of kids out there that aren't involved in anything, and you guys are out there putting yourselves on the line, having a good time. It's going to make you better people when you grow up. You know what I mean? You'll remember this forever.
The one thing that I learned this year, burned into my brain this year, is with the times changing, our first 5 to 10 minutes of practice every night is about, number 1, it's your grades. Number 2 is your behavior. And then number 3 is what's going on in your life. What do you need help with? Is there somebody bothering you at school? What's going on? You don't have this, you don't have that. Practice is this time. This is the next meet. It's time to be more of a man. And I think that probably made our team closer than anything, is just having that 5 to 10 minutes chat about what's going on. If somebody's bothering somebody else, let us know.
Looking at us when you're speaking and stuff, and that says a lot later on, because someday you're going to try to get jobs and this and that. You're going to have to look at people and talk to them, not be down here, maybe I might. I don't know, so... Nice job on that.
Yeah,
you guys keep doing that. You'll be all right.
Right, and that's, you guys give shout out to Coach, just teaching you how to be young men, how to represent yourself in the community. Social media, cell phones have been the demise or whatever, detrimental. That's the word we're looking for.
Lloyd was missing that.
Yeah, detrimental. I used that word wrong last week, and I want to apologize.
I forgot to even bring that up. Okay.
So, Corey Farmer, if you're listening, sorry. You were not detrimental.
No,
he was instrumental.
Sure, Corey's mad.
We say things. But yeah, just teaching you guys how to be young men, representing yourself in the community. That's the number 1 key, because you could be the best athlete in the world, but how you handle yourself off the court or the mat is how people are going to remember you. So keep up the good work, and then keep going in high school.
Nobody wants somebody that's uncoachable.
So. Right.
You're right.
Be coachable, be respectful, to your parents, teachers.
Your son's talked a lot about being coachable.
Yeah, and he was coachable. He's not parentable. I mean, back in the day, parents are going to have trouble with your kids, but as far as listen to a coach, it goes a long way. So yeah, soak up all that information. This is one of the best in the state right here. He's got a head full of knowledge. Hopefully he's remembered a lot of it, getting long in the tooth, and
certainly forgot one or two of them.
Yeah, but you guys are very fortunate at the junior high to have coaches, that that you have is, it's Dan and Kirby and Al, Coach Dawson, and then moving on to Dietrich, Coach Lawrence. I mean, your guys' coaches, and your guys' coaching knowledge and just in Lincoln alone is huge. So it's a very important asset.
Can I close with one thing on that?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Is probably the reason why I'm sitting here is my high school coach and the legendary the Illinois and National Hall of Famer Floyd B., who passed away this year. And just to show you how close luckily that I was, as I was one of his pallbearers. And he absolutely built that in you, to make you be the best, to do the best, and honesty first. And without a doubt, I'm sharing what I learned from my high school coach with you, and it's just an honor for me to be able to do that through him. And I know that in the high school next year, they're going to get a good group coming in, and we've made them all promise. We'll call it 12 and a half. 12 and a half. All right. So we'll get him a good 12, and you can still do whatever you want. All right.
Thanks for being on, guys.
Thanks for being here. Good luck.
Congrats.
In your spring sports probably going on right now. We said track.
I'm doing soccer also.
Soccer.
Track, baseball.
Okay.
Perfect.
Baseball. I mean, that was a fall sport in junior high, though, right?
Off season.
Off season.
Right. Off season. I like it. Stay busy. Keep it up. All right. And hopefully we'll have you back here. Talking to you about high school state.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Thanks for coming in. That's going to do it for us. Oh wow, yeah, we're well over.
Yeah, we're a little late.
That's all right. That's fine. Jim pays great overtime. So, I mean, it's like triple time. So, all right, thanks for tuning in to Cheap Seats. We'll be back here next week, same time. Don't know where, but
we don't know where.
Yeah. So.
The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM,